Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine in your homes with the grace of Almighty Allah. So in the last session, we had learnt about the city of Vijayanagra. Today, in this session, we will continue reading about the Vijayanagaras. Armies and military leaders. Vijayanagra rulers invested a lot of money in building their military power. They imported a large number of horses from Arabia and Iran, which are exported through ships to their ports on the western coast. They engaged a large army and built many strong forts. One of the important ruler, Devaraya II of Vijayanagra dynasty, started engaging Muslim fighters to serve him and to train his soldiers in the new modes of warfare. He also gave permission to construct mosques in the capital city where the Muslim soldiers were protected. In those days, guns and cannons had been newly introduced. The Vijayanagra kings adopted guns and cannons in their forces. The combination of firearms and cavalry. Cavalry means soldiers who fight on horses. Cavalry is nothing but horse riders. The entire kingdom was actually controlled and administered by the commanders of those armies. Let us know who they were and what they did by reading the description left by the Domingo Pace, a Portuguese traveler who visited Vijayanagra city during the Krishnadevaraya's period. This king has a million fighting troops, in which are included 35,000 cavalry, horse riders, ready to be dispatched to any quarter whenever necessary. He is the most feared king in these parts. The captains of these troops are the nobles of his kingdom, and they hold the city, the towns, and the villages of the kingdom. There are captains among them who have a revenue of about a million gold coins, others 200, 300, or 500,000 gold coins. The king fixes for each, according to his revenue, the number of troops which he must maintain on foot, on horses, and on elephants. These troops are always ready for duty, whenever and wherever they may have to go. Besides maintaining these troops, each captain has to make his annual payment to the king. Besides the troops supplied by the captains, the king has his own troops, whom he pays. The captains mentioned here are Nayakas. These Nayakas held Amara revenue assignments, that they were given some villages and cities whose revenue they could collect and use. They had an obligation to maintain a certain number of troops for keeping the revenue of such assignments. They also administered the areas under their control. They also had judicial powers, the powers to judge criminals and give punishments. This was quite similar to the system of Delhi Sultanate, whose nobles and amirs were given similar revenue assignments called iktas. Most of the Amara Nayakas were Telugu warriors. They sign up their own soldiers who are from their allotted villages and are trained. These armies were loyal to their Nayakas rather than the king. Many powerful Nayakas like Saluva Narasimha or Narasanayaka controlled large areas. And in fact, some of them were so powerful that when a king died, they took power in their own hands and they became kings. As the power of the armies and Nayakas increased, you saw that the control over the villages and towns was given over to these Nayakas. Okay, students, so this was about the Amaranayakas. In the next session, I will be there with the continuation topics. Allah Hafiz.